I don't believe in saying get COVID, believe
Monroe
me.
County Board of Commissioners is now in session, Chairman Wiseman now presiding. God bless the United States, state of Tennessee, Monroe County.
Lynn, do you ask the invocation?
Lord, thank you, everyone, today. Thank you for everything done for us. Watch over care for us, Lord. Let's just pray for one of the sick and the virus, Lord. Pray that you heal them in your time, Lord. I pray the rest of we go through this meeting, Lord, and make decisions best for our county, Lord. In Jesus' name, amen.
Attention, salute, pledge. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call. Roll call.
Chris Wiseman,
Here.
Roger Thomas.
Here.
Paulette Summey,
Present.
Bill Shaggy,
Here.
Adam Reynolds,
Present.
Chad Lean,
Here.
TJ Langford,
Present.
Richard Coker,
Here.
Brian Harrell,
Here.
Joe Adams,
Present.
and Chris.
Got the commission meeting for minutes for June 23rd, 2020. What's the pleasure of the board?
We have one correction.
Yeah, we got a motion.
Make a motion.
Motion from Mr. Anderson.
Second.
Second from Lynn. Any discussion?
Correction to the minutes, you weren't here last meeting.
All in favor of approving with this correction?
What was the correction?
The correction was I wasn't present. You had me as here.
Oh, wow. Okay, thank you.
All in favor of approving that correction? Any opposed? All right, got the notary public application. What's the pleasure of the board?
Make a motion to approve.
Motion from Anderson, second from Langford. All those in favor? Any opposed? All right, we got the monthly trustee report. Pleasure of the board.
Make a motion.
Motion Harold, second from Langford. Any discussion? All those in favor? Say aye. Any opposed? Got the Director of Finance monthly report. Pleasure of the board.
Second.
Motion from Thomas, second from Harold. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye. Any opposed? If you just want to, these four reports, 728-5 through 728-25, I'm gonna group them all in one, if everybody's okay with it. Any opposed to doing that? We got a motion from Langford,
Second.
second from Anderson. I got one question.
Yeah, I'd just like to make a comment about economic development. I spoke with the project that I was previously working on about the property sale in Knott's Ferry. Well, since that's happened, he's backed out of the project and has moved on, just FYI.
This is 13. 13.
Yeah. It's not in the report,
Okay.
but the project no longer exists.
Any other discussion? All those in favor of approving these, say aye. Any opposed? Motion passed. Resolution number 0728-26, a resolution of the Monroe County Commission to ratify the hiring of Laura Smith as Monroe County Planner, improving the continuation of municipal and other funding arrangements for said office. Whereas Monroe County and the municipalities within Monroe County have need for service of qualified planning professional to facilitate assistance with zoning, land use, and economic development issues and initiatives. And whereas a vacancy in the office of Monroe County Planner has recently occurred, and interviews for a suitable official to discharge the duties of the position have occurred. And whereas the office of the Monroe County Mayor, in consulted with the municipal officials, has identified Laura Smith as possessing the qualifications to competently perform the duties of the Monroe County Planner, and according to extend an offer of employment upon her the same compensation and other terms as applied to the previous planner. including reiterating that employment in such position is at will, and whereas the municipalities of Massaville, Sweetwater, Tellico, and Baltimore will continue to contribute funds to Monroe County towards the cost of maintaining the office of the Monroe County Planner in the same dollar amounts as have applied to such offices since 2015 and 16, which amounts and reflected on the chart annexed hereto and marked as an Exhibit A. And whereas the Monroe County Commission wishes to ratify the hiring of Laura Smith, and wishes also to confirm its understanding and compensation of other terms to apply henceforth to the funding requirements of the Office of the Monroe County Planner. Now therefore be it resolved, the Monroe County Commission meeting in regular session this 28th day of July 2020. It's a pleasure to board. Motion from T.J. Langford,
Second.
second from Harold. Any discussion?
Yeah, discussion. Von Orr will not participate in that, so this is not correct. I talked to the mayor today that, they will not be using this. And also, do we know the salary of this? And since Von Orr will not be participating, or we can continue at the same salary?
Wasn't that stated that it would be the same salary as the previous?
From the municipalities, yeah. But why would we pay the same salary if Von Orr is pulling out of it and you're doing less work now? That's the question. You know, Von Orr is a pretty busy planning area. And when you look at 1, 2, 3, I think the fourth paragraph, municipalities, Massville, Sweetwater, Tellico, Plains, and Von Orr will continue to contribute. That's not the case. So my opinion needs to be put on hold till it gets either rewritten or, and my personal, I'd like to know what the salary is gonna be.
Can we motion the table?
Yeah, you can.
My memory in it, subject to, was it around 47? Is that, you were shaking your head? That's a memory I had for the total comp.
Correct, yeah, it's
Right in that
around
area.
47,000, but that would be,
Correct.
I would think,
Your point
contingent
is, yeah,
about serving all municipalities. Now we're dropping a municipality out, are we going to continue to pay that?
Well, I would like for it to be stipulated in the resolution what will be paid as well, you know, just to clarify. But, if Von Orr's not gonna participate, we do need to go back and
Right.
renegotiate.
You only have one motion to table.
Second.
Get a second. All right, we'll do a roll call on the motion for table, unless there's any discussion on that.
No, sir.
Okay, roll call. This is for motion to table this.
Chris Weisman, Roger Thomas, Paulette Summey,
Aye.
Bill Shannon, Adam Reynolds, Chad Leeny, T.J. Langford, Richard Kirkland, Brian Harrell, Joe Wagner.
Motion is tabled. Resolution number 0728-26A, a resolution to grant approval for the Monroe County Airport to submit an application to the Tennessee Department of Transportation Aeronautics Division for reimbursement of operational costs and the loss of revenue during COVID-19. Whereas the Monroe County Airport, through the Monroe County government, requests permission to submit an application to the Tennessee Department of Transportation Aeronautics Division for a grant in the amount of $30,000. And whereas in order to continue the normal airport operations of the Monroe County Airport through the COVID-19 pandemic. And whereas the Monroe County Airport Director and the Monroe County Mayor will follow proper procedures for this application, which will not require a matching fund. And whereas the Monroe County meet all qualifications to participate in this grant to provide reimbursement for the airport employees' payroll, utility bill supplies, equipment purchases, mowing, debt service, and lost revenue due to airport closure required by COVID. Therefore, be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of the Monroe County, Tennessee, meeting in regular session this 28th day of July 2020.
Motion.
Second.
Motion. Any discussion?
Just a quick, Ms. Hicks, is this something that they respond to us about and is, or do we go out and grab this, seeking it? And is there any other opportunities where we can get any more reimbursement?
we are receiving weekly, grant opportunities with COVID, and we are pursuing each of those as they come in. Some of them, if you receive funding on one grant, you're not eligible on the next one.
Okay.
This one was for the airport in
Right.
particular. The sheriff has received one for jailers, for hotel jailers.
Ambulance service?
There's a large one in the county that's being distributed throughout the county.
Okay.
Dickie Wildstyle, I think it was last
That's
month.
right.
There was a meal transport for the sheriff that is in here. And when I received that notification on this one, the contract on it, I also received notification that there was other funding. Some of it, if you apply, it's a done deal, there's no questions, others you have to apply.
Okay.
But this is changing almost daily with the COVID virus itself.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any other further discussion? Roll call.
Chris Weisman,
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Paulette Summey,
Aye.
Bill Shad.
Aye.
Adam Reynolds.
Aye.
Chad Leeny.
Aye.
TJ Langford.
Aye.
Richard Kirkland.
Aye.
Brian Harrell.
Aye.
Joe Anderson.
Aye.
Motion passes. A resolution to grant approval for the Monroe County Election Commission to submit an application to the State of Tennessee Election Commission for the use of prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus. Whereas the Monroe County Election Commission, through the Monroe County government, requests permission to submit an application to the Tennessee Election Commission in the amount of $46,210.50. And whereas in order to prevent, prepare, and respond to the coronavirus, and whereas the Monroe County Election Commissioner and the Monroe County Mayor will follow proper procedure for this application, which will not require a matching in funds, and whereas Monroe County meets all qualifications to participate in this grant to prevent, prepare for, and respond to the coronavirus. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Monroe County, Tennessee, meeting in regular session this the 28th day of July 2020. Pleasure report.
So moved.
Motion Anderson, second by Langford. Any discussion? Roll call.
Chris Weisman,
Aye.
Roger Thomas. Paulette Summey,
Aye.
Bill Shad.
Aye.
Adam Reynolds. Chad Leeny.
Aye.
TJ Langford.
Aye.
Richard Kirkland.
Aye.
Brian Harrell.
Aye.
Joe Anderson.
Aye.
Got a quick question. I'm sorry, I should have asked it before we took. What if they don't follow the proper procedures? Will we have to, pay the money back?
On
If they-
this particular one, issue line?
Well, the last couple have said, I've noticed they
No,
said,
there's no payback on it. It's-
we'll follow proper procedures for the application, but if they don't follow them, what happens?
They don't get the money.
We will follow those, they're managed through my office. And
Okay, well,
I have grants and contracts accounting to make sure that the people who are involved in the grant abide by the stipulations of the grant.
Okay.
And we go through an audit with that, but you are correct, if we did not follow them, there might be a payback.
Okay.
But we will make sure of that.
Resolution number 0728-26C. A resolution to grant approval for the Monroe County Sheriff's Department to accept a grant award between the State of Tennessee Department of Finance and Administration, Office of Criminal Justice Programs for State Mental Health Transport. Whereas the Monroe County Sheriff's Department, through the Monroe County government, requests permission to participate in the State of Tennessee Department of Finance and Administration, Office of Criminal Justice Programs for State Mental Health Transport. And whereas in order to assist in a program or initiative pursuant to Tennessee TCA 33-6-406, the Sheriff's Department will conduct transport of a persons to a hospital or treatment resource for emergency mental health transport. And whereas the Monroe County Sheriff's Department will follow proper procedure as outlined by the specific requirements of said program. And whereas Monroe County Sheriff's Department meets all qualifications to participate in the grant to provide these services as outlined in the grant in a total amount of $45,315 with no matching requirement. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Monroe County, Tennessee, meeting in regular session this 27th day of July 28th, 2020.
So moved.
Motion by Harold,
Second.
second by Langford. Any discussion? Roll call.
Quick question, well, I'm assuming everybody got that email about the incident here,
Yes.
okay? If we don't meet that, will that cause us to lose this grant?
What's the question?
Where, if we don't have the right amount of people in the office, in the police officers in the jail, where we got that email about the incident here, will it cause us to lose this?
No, this is a completely different, this is to transport people who have been issues to other places, like in Chattanooga, different places like that. That falls under the sheriff's on every hour. And, I was in a meeting a couple of weeks ago where TCI was up here, and that was one of the things they said they were not documenting that correctly. That's one of the, it wasn't a real inspection, but it was just a suggestion. And that was one of the things, it had nothing to do with the number of people that were there, it just had to do with documentation. Now, the staffing is a completely different issue from this particular grant. What they will do, they will send Monroe County a check for this amount and we're through.
Okay.
It's just the sheriff's not the best use of in transportation.
Any other discussion? Roll call.
Chris Weisman,
Aye.
Roger Thomas, Paulette Summey,
Aye.
Bill Shannon,
Aye.
Adam Reynolds,
Aye.
Chad Leeny,
Aye.
TJ Langford, Richard Kirkland, Brian Harrell, Joe Anderson.
Aye.
728-27, you got the Monroe County Board of Education budget amendments. Pleasure of the board.
Motion.
Motion from Lemon,
Second.
second from Harold. Any discussion? Roll call.
No.
All in favor? Say aye. Any opposed? Resolution 728-28. Resolution setting the tax levy in Monroe County, Tennessee for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2020 and ending June 30th, 2021. Be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Monroe County, Tennessee, assembled in regular session on the 28th day of July 2020, that the uniform tax rate for Monroe County, Tennessee for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2020 shall be $2.2396 on each 100 of taxable property countywide. This is to provide revenue for each of the following funds or otherwise conform to the following levy. The total tax rate will be $2.2396, the tax rate. Be it resolved that therefore, that there and hereby levied a gross receipt tax as provided by law to proceed for the gross receipts tax herein shall accrue to the general fund. Be it further resolved to all resolutions of the Board of County Commissioners of Monroe County, Tennessee, which are in conflict and hereby repealed. Be it further resolved that the resolution effect from and after its passage, the public welfare requiring, the resolution shall be spread upon the minutes of the Board of County Commissioners.
Motion.
Motion by Mr. Harrell,
Second.
second by Langford. Any discussion? Roll call.
Chris Weisman,
Aye.
Roger Thomas, Paulette Summey,
Aye.
Bill Shannon,
No.
Adam Reynolds,
No.
Chad Leeny,
Aye.
TJ Langford, Richard Kirkland,
No.
Brian Harrell, Joe Anderson.
Aye.
6
Enough
ayes.
carried. Motion carries.
No,
It failed, they have to have
I
seven.
have 2/3.
I think the seat test is afternoon, simple majority, you have to have 6 yeses out of 10 to carry.
I do too.
I call, I did check on that.
So it does take sick.
You want me to call him again, Martin?
Sorry.
I can call Sid House again right now, but I called him this afternoon to check on it.
I knew.
And I told him we had it's a simple majority.
We thought it had to be.
No, I asked that question because he said simple majority, and I said, we have 10 commissioners, and he said, it's simple majority of the city commissioners. If we had 6 commissioners here, all 6 would have had to vote yes. If you had 7, you'd have to have 6 yeses and at least 6 out of the 7. He said we had to have 6 out of 10.
So the tax levy passes?
Yes, it did. Levy passed. According to what I was up there, and 6 yeses and 4 noes.
Yeah.
Resolution 728-29, resolution making appropriation for the various fund departments, institutions, offices, and agencies of Monroe County, Tennessee for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2020 and ending June 30th, 2021. Section 1, be it resolved by the Board of Commissioners of Monroe County, Tennessee, assembled in regular session on the 28th day of July, 2020, that the amounts herefore set out and hereby appropriated for purposes of meeting the expenses of various fund departments, institutions, offices, and agencies in Monroe County for capital outlay, and the meeting of for payment of principal and interest of the county's debt maturing during the year beginning July 1st, 2020, and ending June 30th, 2021, according to the following schedule.
Motion.
Hold on. You've got the total general fund getting $545,778.51. Solid waste gets $1,493,715.08. The drug fund gets $111,721.83. The highway public works fund gets $5,759,977.62. The school gets $43,572,504. Food services gets $203,169. In the insurance fund, $2,917,000. Then you got the debt services of $5,112,140.50. Pleasure of the board. Motion by TJ. Second. Second by Joe. Any discussion? Roll call.
Chris White,
Aye.
Roger Thomas. No. Paulette Sands, Bill Shannon,
No.
Adam Reynolds,
No.
Chad Leeny, TJ Langford, Richard Kirkland.
No.
Brian Harrell, Joe West. Pass.
Mr. Chairman, I'll be recognized briefly. Mr. Langford and I had a discussion earlier today where I did check on the fact that he has on occasion, and he's permitted to do that, even if he's a member of this body. If there's been surplus metals offered for auction, he can bid on it. He's done that. He has no contract with the county. He wishes to make that clear. To deal in scrap metal for the county, is that correct?
That is
Mr. Langford?
correct. I don't have no contract whatsoever. There is 2 separate people that get the metal, 2 different companies that get the recycled metal that's in the convenience center. So I talked to Stacy, he said, since there's 2 different companies, there's no need to have a contract unless I wanted to push or somebody else wanted to push to have it as a single company. There's no need to have a contract, so.
Just want to make that clear to everybody, and that he has no interest in the budget, but he has an ability to get scrap metal that's left at a convenience center, as does a facility out of County, Stevens. And, but there is no formal contract with respect to Mr. Langford.
Resolution passed. Resolution number 728-30, resolution making appropriations to nonprofit charitable organizations of Monroe County, Tennessee for the fiscal year beginning July 1st, 2020 and ending June 30th, 2021. Whereas Section 59-109 Tennessee Code authorizing Monroe County Legislative Body to make appropriations to various nonprofit charitable organizations. And whereas Monroe County Legislative Board recognizes the various nonprofit charitable organizations providing services in Monroe County have a great need of funds to carry on their charitable work. Now therefore being resolved by the Board of County Commissioners of Monroe County meeting in regular session in July 28, 2020, we are appropriating to Fire Rescue, Monroe County Rescue Squad, and E911, $531,000. The library contribution is $125,000. And all other nonprofits is $142,845. Pleasure to board.
So moved.
Second. Anderson, second by Langford. Any discussion? Roll call.
Chris Weisman,
Aye.
Roger Thomas, Paulette Sutter,
Aye.
Bill Shannon,
Aye.
Adam Reynolds, Chad Henry, PJ Langford,
Aye.
Richard Kirk, Brian Harrell, Joe Allen.
Aye.
You got a couple of information thing here. You got the Soil and Water Conservation District quarterly report and the Monroe County Audit Committee. There's no other further discussion. I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion.
Hold on.
You got one more on there.
Yeah, you got a couple of
Discussion.
got two things. Public discussion, Mr. McCall.
Oh, okay. Okay, I'm sorry. Oh, we got one public discussion. I'm sorry, McCosh. Just folded up. I didn't see it.
Oh, done it.
Maybe this thing pulled down. I'll talk to Mitch a little bit, told him what I was going to talk about, and I wrote out my notes, and I kind of went through his office and school secretary's office and down the steps and out in the highway. He said, you know, you probably cut that over short. What we're doing at the airport is trying to build the best airport we can for Monroe County, for our citizens, for pilots. Since the last time I got to speak to you guys, we got invited to come to Nashville and speak to the entire state at the airport conference and tell them what our vision was for Monroe County and for our airport. It was, that was a great honor in itself. And then a year or so later, Monroe County, I don't know if all you guys realize or know, but Monroe County Airport got Airport of the Year for the state of Tennessee. So that was a big kudos for our county, for our people. And we just, we want to keep growing and making things happen at the airport and make it a prosperous endeavor for the county. Some of the visions that we got for the airport, we want to have a campground at one point where we can have planes come in. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
I speak kind of softly, so I get fussed at a lot. We want to have a campground eventually at the airport where planes can fly on the weekend. We'll invite the other airports all around the state of Tennessee, and they will come 1 weekend a month. We'll have an open camping thing where they can come in. We'll take them to Lost Sea, take them to Fort Loudon Museum, take them to Sequoia Birthplace Museum, take them up and see our waterfalls, get a taste of what Monroe County is all about. We want to put in a nature trail. Everything we're doing also, we're doing with federal funds, grants, and grants from, like she said, we're working in constantly trying to get every grant that we can possibly get so that we don't spend taxpayer money. And the grants that we get are from aviation taxes. So that's a great benefit too. We want to have a nature trail that's like 5 miles long. It will encompass the entire airport. So a person can come out, they can walk, they can ride their bicycle, they can walk their dogs. Every 150 yards, have a little exercise station that you can stop, do push-ups, sit-ups, pull-ups, something like that, or you can just do your walk. The playground, we want it to be adult and children endeavor, so that the adults can play horseshoes, they can play cornhole, they can shuttleboard, have a lot of things that the adults can do as well as the children. And a little patina where they can have refreshments and something like that, something that the community can actually come together and have a place to go on the weekends and evenings so that it's something that everybody can enjoy. Eventually, we're gonna have a new FBO, which is a fixed-based operation with a second-story restaurant, with a real quality restaurant that people can go to and have a seafood dinner, steaks, or just a burger. But people will fly in from all over to go to that. And I think our local community would also, if it's a very nice, classy restaurant, would enjoy having also. There is a grant coming up in September. They're going to apply for that. It's an economic development grant, and the economic development grant, it would not be a matching fund. So hopefully we can get that. In the future, when this virus is over, we're going to have a lot of events at the airport. And in these events, we're going to have things like, one of the things we're getting ready to do right before this virus, we'll start working on a shakers and movers flying, which we're going to invite the commissioners, the mayors, business people, and get you guys up in the air, have the pilots fly you over your home, over your business, over your places of interest, so that you can see it from the air and get a taste of aviation. With that taste of aviation, we want to carry into the schools, get our kids to see what the opportunities are in aviation, because pilots, that is a phenomenal career. They can see the world, and they can have a very profitable endeavor. But there's also maintenance, there's also planning, there's also, there's many avenues and jobs available. We want to get that in the school so our kids can have participation. And like I said, there's just great opportunities in aviation. But the main reason I wanted to talk to you guys, the main reason I wanted to talk to you guys tonight was that we want to have a opportunity with the growth of the airport that we can reach out and allow pilots to build their own hangars. We've got space at the airport. We've got space at the airport that's already worked. The only thing we have to do is put in utilities and and pilots build their own hangars. As you can see right here with this, they would pay a lease agreement. The lease that we're shooting for is a 30-year lease, and I've called all over the state trying to get different terms from all the different airports. And it seems like the lease agreements are about 15 to 18 cents. So I'm saying if we go with 15 cents a square foot, lease the property to the individual airport pilots, they build their hangar. For a 60 by 60 hangar, it's 3,600 square feet. At 15 cents, that's 540 a year. Not a lot, but after 30 years, that's 16,200 that comes to the county. We've got 15 people want to build that size hangar. That's 1,743,000. The 80 by 80s, that's 6,400 square feet. You can see the turn tracker on all this. But the thing is, at the end of 30 years, with the buildings coming back from Monroe County, we would invest nothing except just the utilities out to the buildings. They pay for their own utilities. They take care of the buildings. They take care of their property. But the county would grow by 9. And this is being conservative, because this is based on 20 hangars. I've got 24 pilots. The second page is some of the pilots that want to build their own hangars. But that would be $99,000 to the county a year. I think that's a pretty good investment when we're all we're going to be putting in is just the infrastructure of utilities. Like I said, I can't tell you enough that our airport is growing, and we are blessed to have the airport. TDOT's got one of their signs up, and it says, if you build a road a mile long, then you've got a mile that you can see. If you build a mile of airport runway, you can see the world, and you bring the world to you. We have pilots come in every single week. They go to the museums, they go to the Lost Sea, they go to the restaurants, they check into our hotels and spend the night, spend the weekend. So tourism is a high priority in our county. It helps pay our taxes. And aviation helps tourism in so many ways. It's just hard to believe. It also helps the business. We don't really want to extend the runway, and I told that at the state level, which I haven't told anybody else. And they asked me the question of, you haven't put any money in for grants for runway extension. And I said, well, Monroe County is a rural county. We have community people all around our airport, and we don't really want to extend the runway because we don't want that big traffic, we don't want that noise, we don't want the congestion. But we do want to have that addition because that will help businesses, it'll help tourism, and it'll help our community. I'm quick on my mouth. Is there any questions about any of that?
I think it's awesome. I've had pilots calling me requesting this for a number of years. And with us having the space, it'll just bring more people to our county. It will be awesome. So I commend you for everything that you're doing. And we need to help these pilots because, and the education that they give to our younger people, to get them interested in being a pilot, because the interest has dwindled over the years, and they're needing several young pilots now. So thank you, Tom. You've done an awesome job. We're proud of you.
Well, at the state level, they told us that after we did our presentation and told them what we were wanting to do, and told them we didn't really want to extend the runway, they all stopped and had a little powwow. This is a commission meeting like this. And then the speaker stood back up and said, Mr. McCosh, we're all general aviation pilots. And we appreciate that because most people don't consider general aviation. They're looking for the big planes. And he said, we come to your airport on a regular basis, and everything we hear from Monroe County, all over the nation, people calling in, they're happy with Monroe County. They love the beauty, of course. We are also blessed, and we don't even realize how blessed we are to live here. We've got a beautiful place, we've got great people, and we've got a chance to bring in, after this, like I said, once we've taken possession of all the properties, it's over $500,000, this is conservative, it's over $500,000 a year that the county can bring in. And like she said, we're letting the pilots invest their money, they're investing their, they have an ownership in the airport this way. But we can also expand the airport any way we want to. Also, we can build buildings ourselves, we can do anything we want to do. This is not going to hinder Monroe County from building our own. But this will just be just a plus.
Tom, I think you and I discussed this before. Is there an opportunity for us to look for grant money opportunities, build our own hangars and generate
Yes,
even additional revenue versus, hey, we're gonna lease this for 30 years, but
yeah.
yeah, we talked on a lot of days, me and Tom, and there's the educational side, we talked about the schools out there, a lot of opportunities, but I would like to see also that possibility, if we're gonna do it, us own that and generate 100% revenue versus 15 cents per year.
You see, every penny that we want to invest, we can.
Right.
Without affecting this at all. We can still do just what Richard said, we can pursue every grant out there. And if you guys want to say, hey, I want to take some money out of my pocket and build a hangar, awesome. And every penny we can put in and build hangars, and because this is, I think I gave you a list of 24 pilots who want to build hangars. I've got 150 plus that just want to come to Monroe County. So we are not going to build more hangars than we have space for, or people that we have won't come in. Because every week I have people calling.
The people that build their own hangars, it's their hangar, correct?
It's their hangar for 30 years.
Just okay,
The hangar it belongs to them, but it belongs to the county.
right, just for the 30 years.
Just for 30 years. Then once that's over, it would be nice to give, most airports give them a 5-year option. And what most of them do, they increase it, and I would like to say 75% of whatever the going rate would be for the rent. If you want it for the next 5 years, you get it at 75% of whatever the rental rate would be. And then after that, it'd be full rate.
And we could stipulate what happens within that lease as far as,
Oh, yes.
hey, if you can't have a jump pile out here in this building,
Right.
things like
Yeah,
that.
can't be done.
Yeah, it has to be maintained, that's gonna be in the lease. You're gonna say, he said he might have at least about 5 minutes. He said that, but our lease agreement, the buildings have to be the same quality we already have. They have, if you fly over, we want the airport to look uniform. We want it to look like something. If you drive through the airport, we want it to look like something. If you guys haven't been out there in the last 6 months, please, please, please come out and take a look. It's still just a few weeks away from being, fences going in, the grass has been resown. Everything should be finished up here in just a couple of weeks, but please come out and take a look and see what you think. Any other questions about? Yeah, this was not interfere
Let's
with
do it
us.
soon. Tremendous.
Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I have a motion and a second to adjourn, all in favor?
Thank you.